This is Dave Meyer with BizzyWeb, welcoming you to Promotions Planning and Design, Creating and Delivering Offers That Work, a busy webinar on behalf of BizzyWeb and Constant Contact. We'll tell you a little bit more about Constant Contact and some other things later in the event. But for now, here's how to get a hold of us and how to request the PowerPoint. If you would have questions during the event, I'll show you a separate way that you can ask questions live during the event. But you can also send an email to dave@BizzyWeb.com or give us a call at 612-4BizzyO, 612-424-9990 to give us a call, or if you're having technical difficulties. First, before we get into the meat of the presentation, I wanted to share just a quick thing on how to ask questions during the event. So bridging over into our page, if you're watching via this embedded window, that's all well and good and wonderful, but if you do want to ask questions, you can click on this Google Plus link as highlighted right here. If you click on that, it's going to open up a new window. And when you open that new window, it's going to offer Q&A and live in the upper right-hand corner of this little window. You'll click on play, and then it's going to open up large. So you'll be able to see everything much better. You'll be able to listen and tune in. And then most importantly and interestingly, in the lower right-hand corner, you can click the big green Ask a New Question button, and you can ask a question here. So that's how you ask us questions during the event. I'm going to check back occasionally during the event today. And so if you are watching this after the event, that won't be quite as helpful or useful. But again, you can send me a note at dave@BizzyWeb.com if you do have a question, or if you would like this PowerPoint slide to help you with your marketing results. BizzyWeb is a digital marketing agency based in Minneapolis, Minnesota. We're actually just a little bit north of Minneapolis in Champlin, and love to help out clients in WordPress-powered web design, social media engagement and marketing programs, Google AdWords campaigns, email marketing with Constant Contact, and much more. All that we do is set up to help you be a marketer. All it takes is Constant Contact and BizzyWeb, of course. And if you check out the Be a Marketer hashtag, there's all kinds of fun and interesting resources for you on behalf of Constant Contact on how to market more effectively. Of course, you can also check out our BizzyWebinar archive, and you can do that by going into the events calendar at BizzyWeb. And if you click on events up in our website, all of the stuff that's happened in the past, as well as everything going on in the future. So like for next week, we're going to talk about how to hire the right web firm. Following week, we're going to talk about harnessing the power of mobile. And last week we talked about videos and YouTube, and we actually demoed Facebook's new live video feature on that webinar. So we'd love to have you tune in for that and check it out. All right, so let's dig in. At its core, marketing is about getting results. What kind of results? All kinds of results, whether it's clicks or downloads, visits to the store or the office, something in the middle, whatever you need to do, whether it's reservations or appointments, calls, or really revenue and or donations if you're a nonprofit, that's what you need. And so if you're looking for those results, where are you going to look? Email is really hard to beat. It's where everyone is. It's the #1 app on mobile devices. And 91% of US adults like to receive promotional emails from companies with which they do business. This is where companies get in trouble if they try to buy lists, submit things that they don't own or don't know about, or simply don't match the content that they're sending out to clients that have no interest in it. That's where you start hearing the word spam bandied about. You don't want to worry about spam. What you want to deliver is helpful, interesting information to the people that matter most to you and your business. And that's what we're going to talk about today. So what we're going to go through first is we're going to start by talking about identifying your marketing goals and creating a strategy for your offer or promotion. Then we're going to go about how you can determine the best type of offer to help you reach your marketing goal. We'll cover practical steps for setting up and delivering a campaign, including email marketing and social media. And we're going to round out by talking about the next steps you can take after that promotion. Without further ado, let's dig right in and talk about how you can create your plan. You need to identify your marketing goal, and then you'll understand how to design your offer to achieve that goal. So what is that marketing goal? It might be to reach new customers or clients, drive repeat business from current customers or increasing customer loyalty, motivating donors and advocates to take that next step, or giving them some way to spread the word about your cause, or simply increasing your membership or subscriber numbers on your email marketing or in your club, or whatever you're trying to reach. It might be more Facebook likes. You're just trying to build and grow an audience. Once you know that marketing goal, you can focus your marketing efforts on achieving it. To that end, when you're thinking about what to offer during your promotion, you shouldn't just be thinking about what's good for you and your business. You need to think, most importantly, about what your customers want. As a small business or nonprofit, you have an advantage over large organizations in that you have a more direct and ongoing conversation with your customers. You are the solution to your customers. There's not levels of hierarchy that people have to go through, and you have access and control of the messaging that you're delivering. You can simply and easily let your customers know that they're valued, or nurture relationships with donors and supporters, attract new customers or supporters, all through, and here's the magic part, reaching them with email. So what can you do to reach out and connect inside of the promotions inside your email? Well, you can send them a coupon or a discount. You can offer them free shipping. This is an example from Bisque Imports, a business that sells ceramics and wholesale art supplies, offering free shipping on orders of $100 or more. Their email goes the extra mile with some helpful tutorials, note being helpful and useful there, on using new products. You can suggest products or services, as Bisque does. You can encourage customers to buy directly from your website. Door County Coffee celebrated the launch of its new website by offering email subscribers a code to get 25% off if they bought online. And if you're a nonprofit or running a donation drive, you can make your readers aware of that. You can also offer other promotions that increase awareness of your nonprofit organization by hosting events and asking people to register or to become sponsors. You can also use email to increase membership for a nonprofit, or more likes, bigger communities for your business. If you have a group that you want to grow, email can do very well for building that and building their loyalty through email. When you're sending an email, you need to grab people's attention. Just like you, your audience is busy. And when they open an email, they're subconsciously asking themselves, why should I care about this? So when you create an email campaign about your promotions, make sure you're answering that question. You need to tell them what's in it for them and grab their attention right away. Think about your subject line. Use a strong subject line that tells them the most important information in the email. More than a third of people open an email based on the subject line alone. Keep the deal, keep the point prominent. You should also make it clear, I skipped ahead a little bit. You should also make it clear to your readers what the offer is. When they know that there's something in this email that benefits them, they need to answer the question, why should you care? Then they'll be more likely to act on that offer. Make sure the top content of your email answers this. You need to think about mobile devices. When people are looking, they're probably only seeing 2 or 3 lines plus the subject line, sometimes not always the entire subject line. So short, brief, to the point is the entire point of subject lines and the top content on your emails. Make sure you're sharing your promotions everywhere your audience is, including on social media. You can share your email on profiles on Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, Google+, Pinterest. Post updates about your offers everywhere you can. Share product photos, include details about the deal in the caption, as Taza Chocolate does in this example from Facebook. Ask for donations if you're a nonprofit. The Rescued Pets Movement, a nonprofit that uses both email and social media to get the word out on this cause, uses the Donate tab on Facebook. And note that there are tabs for actions in Facebook now, so be sure to check that out if you haven't thought about that. And you can also use social media to take a pulse of your audience. Ask questions to spark conversation. Which of your products or programs do they like best? What do they want to see more of? These kinds of conversations can help you plan future promotions and keep your offers relevant. But you need to be careful of your limitations. Check out and know the fine print on your offer. You're the expert on your business. When you're considering the type of promotion or offer you're going to do, make sure that you're prepared to deliver. If you only have one staff member and your offer requires people to call in, you may need to get volunteers or even hire temps to answer phones. That could chip into your bottom line, and you need to make sure that you have the technology to support the influx of calls. Make sure you have an inventory available to fulfill orders and that your promotion is ultimately a benefit to you. You don't want to offer such a deep discount that it negatively affects your bottom line. Not every discount has to be 50% off in order to drive sales, but make sure you're offering things that your customers want and that you're not just trying to clear out the products that haven't sold in the past. If you don't want your stuff, you shouldn't expect other people to as well. For nonprofits, make sure you have the staffing and volunteers to handle donation drives and plan special events with the goal of making money. For example, don't host a black tie dinner at a fancy hotel if you don't think you'll raise enough to cover costs and benefit the organization. For events, consider asking for in-kind donations, such as donated event space, catering, equipment, printed materials, or even marketing support, depending on what you're doing with that client. You should also carefully plan out your restrictions by explicitly stating conditions like the expiration date of your offer, a limit of purchases per customer, or if you leave loopholes such as 25% off through Sunday without specifying which Sunday, you could end up locked into a promotion you could only afford to run for a small window of time. You should always check your communications for clarity and typos before you send anything out, but it's especially important to your organization when you're thinking about offers and promotions. Before you send out email or promotions on social media, send it to yourself or a person you trust to go over the fine print and make sure that it's clear, not open to other interpretations, and that all your links work. You don't want to send someone an error page on your website when they're trying to give you money. One of my favorite examples from a past corporate life, we put out an offer that had an 877 number on it, and it turned out that that number went to a less than reputable company with ties into the adult industry, we shall say. That's an entirely different thing than that organization was expecting. Make sure that you call the numbers, check the links, follow all of the details, and check it with someone that's completely outside your organization, because your industry shorthand might be open for interpretation by people that are not living your world day to day. So next, and first, let's switch over just to give you a chance to see if we have any questions. I don't see any questions yet. Let's click over on this tab to make sure that we're good. So don't see anything right now. If you do see something, by all means, let me know. And again, you can just click the big green button under Ask a New Question at the bottom. So go ahead and do that if you're curious. Or again, you can send an email to dave@bizzyweb.com if you're shy about asking your questions, or if we don't get to your question during the event. At last BizzyWebinar, I actually had someone ask 2 questions right after the event ended, and unfortunately I couldn't answer those questions because the Hangout had already closed. So would love to answer those questions for you if I missed you at that. I tried to reach out last week. All right, so what is your offer? If you have a marketing goal and an idea of your promotion, it's time to decide what form that offer is going to take. Once you decide the goal, you have to determine what kind of offer you're going to make, and then here's some ideas that you can use. Might be discounts, perhaps downloads, events and updates, could be business-to-business services, things that you're offering to other businesses, hints and tips, or supporting a cause, nonprofit or promotions. For discounts, you can provide a percentage of dollar off through a limited time period, a buy one, get one free promotion, or a gift with a purchase. You can also offer coupons. Constant Contact allows users to create trackable coupons that will tell you who redeemed your offer, making it easier to market to that specific audience in the future. For downloads, downloadable content gives your audience some inside tips or information. You can use your expertise to provide a benefit for your customers. This could be tips, white papers, studies or guides, impactful or special video training, an ebook or something like that you could use to help your product, service, or exclusive content gain additional traction. Get them excited, get them to take a physical next step. And the point of getting them to download that is that way you know who that person is, and you can proactively reach out to them in future communications. If it's events, consider offering an early bird registration discount, buy one, get one tickets, or limited time offers or upgrades like special seating, parking, or admission. B2B services might be selling to other businesses. Consider offering your expertise. If you're a marketer, that might be an offer of free service like a review of your client's email newsletters. BizzyWeb is going to offer at the end of this event a special code that will let you get Constant Contact for free for up to 60 days and or get a free template for you and your business. So that's an example of a B2B service. You might also want to bundle an offer or provide something extra for a lower rate. As far as hints and tips, educational information is a great offer for customers. People love how-to information and insider tips. Consider giving them tips or steps to solve a problem that you know your customer has. Give them insights on the latest trends in your industry, or provide your expertise or best practices for how to use or maintain your products or services. You'll note that busy webinars that we do each week often fit this frame. Finally, nonprofits also rely on support from donors or volunteers throughout the year. And if you're a nonprofit, you can use email marketing to help plan events and donation drives. Constant Contact has event planning and marketing built right into it. You should choose your offer based on what's most likely to get a response from your particular audience. When you ask that audience what they want through surveys, social media, or just chatting with them in person, take a look at their behavior, and you can find out what promotions they will respond to, and you can target your offer to the audience that will act on it. When done correctly, promotions can be very effective. In fact, 76% of email subscribers have made purchases from an email marketing campaign, and that's right from Constant Contact's direct response research. If you haven't heard of segmentation, it's a marketing term, and it means dividing people into groups based on information like interests and demographics. You may already be segmenting or categorizing your groups of contacts. It's important because some promotions are not one size fits all. Knowing what your audience wants will help you to create relevant promotions. So if you're not wasting your time sending messages that they're not interested in, you will not get people frustrated with getting stuff that they don't want. Every group of people includes a variety of interests and demographics, so your audience is likely to be divided as well. You might have regular customers or donors, while others are more seasonal, and your new customers or donors are not the same audience as your VIPs, such as vendors, partners, board members, or investors. So let's talk about how to set up a campaign. Just briefly clicking over, no questions, perfect. So when you're looking at setting up campaigns, first we need to talk through a little bit of detail on what actually is a campaign. A campaign doesn't have to be expensive or elaborate. Simple, in fact, is even better than elaborate. To run a campaign, you push content out like an offer, a free download, promotion, or a fundraising drive, and then you pull a response, a physical, measurable action. It's going to be clicking, downloading, attending, calling, buying. You just need to get your audience to react. A campaign can be sent by email and then shared on social media. Let's talk about how to make a promotional campaign work. Timing is absolutely important during promotions. When you're planning, make sure you're reminding your audience with enough advance notice about your promotion. Keep key dates in mind, especially if you're planning a promotion or event around a holiday or other special date, such as this promotion from Spoilt Rotten Beads. Also, make sure you're clear on shipping deadlines. If you're offering someone something that needs to be ordered, let people know when they need to purchase in order to get their product on a certain date, and also whether there are any express shipping rates. This is incredibly important, especially around holidays. If someone is trying to get something from you and you don't publicize the shipping deadlines, you're going to run into a lot of frustration and hurt feelings from people that ordered too late and won't get their product, service, or deal in time. Plan for exclusive offers and sales. Give your customers enough time to take advantage of those discounts. Also, your promotion should make it easy for customers to answer your call to action. The content you include should help them understand the offer and take the next step. This email from Taza Chocolate definitely does that with a prominent headline that announces a 15% off deal and a discount code. It also helps customers find featured products with enticing photos of items they have for sale. You should use images and communicate through them. An email service provider like Constant Contact makes it easy to turn a picture into a clickable link. So if someone clicks on the chocolate products in the email, they'll be taken right to Taza's website where they can simply buy. And use your design wisely. The template used by No Rest for Bridget is a perfect retail promotion. It's well organized, clean, and has room for a description and buttons that are linked to the products pages on the store website. As a side note, try to avoid giving too many choices in any given campaign. No Rest for Bridget sells other things besides wrap dresses, but they chose to highlight this one item in order to direct attention to a certain product. These are supposed to be quick decisions to act upon. Too many choices will actually reduce the number of actions a person will take. It's a time limit thing, and it's a paralysis by overanalysis thing. You want to entice someone to come in right then and buy because that's what grabbed their attention. Don't get in the way by offering too many choices. Video is a powerful way to engage with your audience. People prefer watching a video to reading long web pages full of text. If you're looking for more information on video, tune into my BizzyWebinar from last Wednesday because we went into some depth on how to use video effectively. The response to video is undeniable. Video content increases click-through rates by 300%. Make sure you mention the video in your subject line for readers to know about it right away. What I like as a best practice is simply to say video right in that subject line. What should you feature in your video? For promotions, think about the call to action. If your promotion is about a product, you could consider a customer testimonial or a product demonstration. If you have a new service, show that service in action, as Prime Vet Animal Hospital did with this video. If you're hosting an event, consider a video from a previous event. And don't forget to promote your video. Whatever visual content you use in your email, you can repurpose on your social media. Share your videos on social media to reach even more people and encourage audience engagement. Prime Vet Animal Hospital shared its doggy daycare video with a caption describing its promotion on Facebook. It was liked by 6 people and shared twice. Not bad. Ratings and reviews are another way for you to engage your audience, and they can tie nicely into promotions and offers. 88% of online shoppers use online reviews to help them decide on purchases. Don't be afraid to ask for feedback. Encourage your audience to write reviews for you. Ask them to do it and include links to relevant places on your website to create those reviews. Then include reviews in your content. Quote those reviews, link them in your emails, post them on social media and your website, and keep on top of what your most popular items and services are. These can help you plan future promotions because your audience is telling you what works and what doesn't. If you do get a negative review, make sure you respond professionally, and if possible, ask the reviewer to contact you offline so you can try to resolve that situation. Encourage your audience to share promotions by using social media tools. If you're using Constant Contact, add the share bar to the top of your emails. It allows your readers to post a link to your email on their social media profiles. You can also use Simple Share. You can create posts for multiple social media profiles in the Simple Share editor and publish to all of them at once. And you can use social media buttons to give your email audience an easy way to follow you on social media. Remind your audience to share your promotions, ask them to like them on Facebook, retweet on Twitter, or pin on Pinterest. Your audience has a lot of influence via word of mouth, and you can get your promotions in front of more people, their friends and family, if they help spread the word for you. And here's a tip that you need to pay attention to. You don't get what you don't ask for. Don't be shy about saying, please like us or share, and then putting those buttons right in front of it. If you just include those buttons and don't mention it or make it non-prominent on your website or on your email, it's not going to get as much traction if you said, please do us a favor if you liked this and share this promotion with your friends. Don't forget to make it mobile. More than half of all emails are opened on mobile devices, so you need to consider mobile design when you send out your email. What this means for you is that your messages should be short and easy to read, and your call to action very clear. This is especially important for promotions and offers. If people have to scroll down or if they can't find the action you want them to take, they're going to ignore and delete your message. Or worse, they're going to unsubscribe or mark you as spam. Here's some tips about designing for mobile. First, avoid using too much text. Think about it. You don't want to read long, complex messages on your phone, right? Not when you're on the go, which means neither do your customers or supporters. Do you want to read a message like the one here? Probably not. What you want to see is something more like this, the result of some basic considerations as you build your message. Start to rethink your content. Could it be condensed? Can a picture tell the story better? Can you turn one newsletter into a series by cutting it into pieces? If you have longer and more complex content you want to share, send an email with a clear call to action that directs people to where that information lives on your website, on your social media, on your blog, or somewhere else. The nice part about that is you'll know right away which people are interested in that specific call to action, and you can segment them into a new list or proactively reach out to them. Number 2, avoid using multiple columns on mobile. Prior to the rise of mobile and mobile communication, email had started to take on almost a website or even newspaper-like feel, with multiple columns and navigation elements similar to what you find on websites and social media. With more mobile communications driving content to be more focused, it also helps just to fit a more physically condensed space, and multiple columns present problems in that. You just look at this thing from Half Moon Yoga Studio. You can see how the mobile email client tried to figure out what to do with the multiple columns. It squished them together in a less than optimal way. It looks unprofessional. It just kind of doesn't work. On the opposite side, you want to make it easy for your readers to take action. This is a properly mobile responsive email. Let them, or give them a clear option to do something that keeps connected to you, to buy a product, register for an event, sign up for services, or donate to your nonprofit. You can increase the odds of them taking that action by carefully thinking through the design of your emails. Notice how the call to action button here is clearly separated from the rest of the content, both visually and spatially. This is going to make it easier for the reader to click on it and see it at a glance. You should consider making your images clickable links. Those are ready-made buttons waiting to be clicked. A note here on buttons versus text links. What you really want to do is make it easy for your readers to take the action you suggest. Whether you give them large text links with clear separation from surrounding text or easy tap buttons, make sure there's no confusion about what action you want your reader to take. Do they want to learn more, register for an event, make a donation? Be incredibly clear. You should also be thinking about where that button or link takes them. Will they be dumped into a screen that's hard to see on a mobile device? Make sure your website is mobile responsive as well, and send them to a landing page. If someone clicks on a link in an email and they go to your home page and then they have to hunt and peck around on your website to figure out what they want to do, you're going to lose that customer. Clear, concise, think from the brain of your intended recipient, and also think of them standing in line at the bank trying to while away some time or just using their thumbs. Tip 4, avoid using tiny fonts and hard to read colors. This seems to be pretty self-explanatory, but it's really not any less important. Here's an example with 9-point font. Sure, a lot of text fits on the screen, but you can't read it. People need to pinch to zoom the text and then have to scroll around. They're more likely to delete that message as well as unsubscribe from future small fonted emails. Some other problems with this example are color choices. Dark backgrounds make it difficult or impossible to read the text, and too many different fonts make the message look sloppy and cluttered. This one's a bit better as the font starts to reach a minimum size that we'd recommend. 11 points for body text and 22 points for headlines, and starts to bring greater contrast between the text and the background. It's still hard to read because those sizes are the minimum. The colors are definitely better. A light background with dark text is the best way to go. Images are a great way to convey a message, tell a story, and create a connection. But if you don't carefully consider how you're going to use images, you may end up with some unintended consequences that lead at best to someone not reading your email. At worst, they'll unsubscribe from your list and you won't be able to communicate with them at all. Here's some common challenges to consider. Notice the red X on the screen here. That's because some mobile email clients may not display images by default. So be sure if you are using what's called alt text, or text that appears if the image doesn't, to at least let the people know what's there. That's the "we are all a family," blah, 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 inside of that message. In this example, there is a great picture, a photo of a yoga class, and when viewed on desktop, it may look great, but the problem is that on a mobile device, in order to see it or the rest of the message, the reader is going to have to pinch and zoom out of that message. The large image has pushed the call to action all the way to the bottom of the message, making it less likely that the reader will actually click through. Be aware of how an image may appear. You may need to resize images as you rebuild your email. A lot of email marketing tools have simple built-in image editing capabilities, and Constant Contact is no different. Before you send any message out to your customers or supporters, test the email by sending it to yourself and open it on your mobile device. Ideally, you should test it on both Android and iOS, and you should test it on the smallest device you can get your hands on. There's a lot of big, huge phones out there now, and that's kind of cheating because you can see a lot more on those big ones than your average customer might see. So finally, I wanted to check in and offer up a few next steps. Before I do, I wanted to give you one more shot. Again, if you do have questions about what we've talked about today, you can click inside of this event, so inside of Promotions Planning and Design. If you click on the Google Plus link right here under number 1, that will open up essentially this window where you'll be able to see the event going on live, but then you can also click the big green Ask a New Question button. We have a bunch of viewers on the event, so would love to give you the opportunity to listen in if you're so inclined. Next steps, I just wanted to give you a quick review. First, anytime you set out to create a special offer or promotion, there are 3 things you need to know. Know your goal. Choose one objective for your promotion. Too many will cause confusion for your customers and yourself. What's the offer? You have a lot you could choose from: coupons, discounts, gifts with purchase. However, make it clear and compelling from what your audience will actually be interested in. And then know when to send. In order for your promotion or offer to get the best response and success, you need to understand the time and day that your audience is most likely to take action on your messages. Let's talk about that for a minute. Here's a guide to help you determine when your email audience best will respond to your email. It can help you in all areas of your email marketing, but when it comes to offers, this can really help focus on the time and day of the week when your audience is most likely to open and react to your message. First, find the best day for you to send your email. For this exercise, let's say you have 300 total contacts. Split your audience into 3 equal groups. In this case, each group would have 100 people. You'll then use the exact email message for the first part of this test. Then select 3 days in the week. You could test it on a Monday, a Wednesday, and a Friday. Then send your email to the first group of 100 on Monday, the second on Wednesday, and the third on Friday. After that, you can use your email marketing to analyze your results, study your open rates for each day, and also which dates people answered your call to action, clicked your link, registered for your event, donated, etc. That information will tell you what the best day is for you to send. Next, the next time you send that email, find the best time of day to send using the same 3 audience lists. Might be morning, noon, afternoon. Send your email to the first 100 people in the morning, lunchtime, and then late afternoon. And again, analyze your results and remember to measure the actions people take in your email. Using this method will give you the best day of the week and the best time to send your email. Note first, there are some general guidelines on when you should send that will give you an early head start. If you go to blog.constantcontact.com/library, there are best days of the week in that library by industry on when to send. In general, consider that for corporate people that tend to be in front of computers for a living and sitting at their desks, the best time usually is between 10 a.m. and 3 p.m. Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday. Again, you're going to want to test this out, but think about that as far as your referrals. For someone in the trade industry or someone not likely to be in front of their computer, you're probably going to have the best bet either right around lunchtime, right in the morning, or right in the evening. For folks that are working all day long every day, it might be best to reach them over the weekend. You have to go by what's going to work most. From there, set up a marketing calendar. Once you've identified that best time and day for your particular audience, you can begin to schedule your promotion. This is what we do with our Buzz Builders marketing clients on a weekly and monthly basis. We figure out what the best times are, what the best content is, what the calls to action are, and you put it all together on one sheet so that you can help identify if you're loading up too many messages in one spot, or if you're very light in specific days or times. This is a pretty advanced plan as an example, but it gives you an idea of the types of things you can schedule during a promotion. Keeping a calendar is a great way to stay organized during a promotion or really for any kind of marketing plan. You can use whatever works best for you, whether it's a calendar on your smartphone or tablet, a Google Doc, Outlook, a planner, or just a bunch of Post-it notes on a wall. Knowing when you'll communicate with your audience and planning ahead is not only easier to gauge what you're doing, but it also saves you a ton of time and will help alleviate the dreaded block of creativity. You know, if you have something that you just can't think of, if you have writer's block, it can be very tough. To save time, also consider automating what you can. Start simple by setting up a welcome or update message for your email marketing. These can be triggered to send to your list when someone signs up. You can create emails in advance and schedule them to send at the times and dates that you choose. And you can also try autoresponders. These are the emails that are sent out based on certain triggers, like holidays, birthdays, or anniversaries. As with all things, the more you know, the more effective you can be. So having a good CRM or customer relationship management tool can be incredibly helpful. You can also schedule your social media posts. You don't have to be sitting in front of your computer to post to your networks. Facebook has its own scheduling tool, and BizzyWeb has set up for our clients. When you post to your website takes care of the heavy lifting and posts to Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, Google+, Pinterest, Tumblr, and more. Note that with WordPress, you can also schedule the time and date that you send those messages, so it takes care of all of your marketing automation in one fell swoop. You can also use tools like Hootsuite to schedule posts on Facebook, Twitter, or LinkedIn. Hootsuite also has an Instagram feature that reminds you when to post content. The key is spend 20 minutes or so at a time, 3 to 5 times a week to get this content rolling. You can't improve what you don't measure. And as a matter of fact, there's a marketing adage: if you're not measuring, you're really not marketing, period. These are some of the reports that are available in Constant Contact. There's all kinds of helpful stuff that you can run through. It's unique clicks, click-through rate, open rates, time to action. You can actually take these clients and separate them by the type of action that they take. So if out of an email that you send, 30% of the folks open that email and 20% of the people that open the email click on a specific link, you can take that 20% of people and send them a specific note designed to get them to the next level in that purchase decision. Again, if they didn't respond at all, then you probably haven't hit the right message for that person, or you simply caught them at a bad time. So think about what you're doing, how you're doing it, and measure those results and modify, test, and improve. In addition to measuring and analyzing your efforts to help you understand what worked, there's a few final ways to follow through on your promotion to complete a great experience for your customers. First, and of course, say thank you to show that you appreciate their support. It's a personal touch that goes a long way. You can ask them to review you, send them a token of your appreciation, such as a small discount or gift for donating, or just simply say thanks. Send them to your newsletter, after asking their permission, of course. You can incentivize and reward your loyal customers who sign up for your newsletter with email exclusive deals in the future. And here's the key: if you say they're exclusive, they should actually be exclusive. Add the people who acted on your offer to a special list that you can use to send targeted offers. You can do this in an email marketing system by using the reporting tools to find out who clicked on your offer or redeemed a trackable coupon. And finally, encourage the people who responded to your offer to join you on your social networks like Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, Pinterest, whatever. No matter the email service provider you use, it's important to stay in touch with the customers after the promotion as a way to cultivate those new relationships. And an easy way to do that is to have them share their experience on social networks. Continuing to engage with your customers through email and social media will keep you informed about what they want from you and will help keep them loyal, repeat customers. Okay, we're done with our content for the day. I don't see any questions right now, but that doesn't mean that you can't send me some. And again, I'll share with you the link in just a moment. If you do have any questions, this is the perfect time to ask. But also, I do have a special offer for you. If you sign up with Constant Contact today by going to BizzyWeb.com/CC, CC is for Constant Contact, you can get a free custom template when you pay for your account. That's a $199 value, and it'll be mobile responsive and quite beautiful. The team at Constant Contact takes care of that for you. Plans at Constant Contact start at $20 a month for just email. There's no contract necessary, and they have a 100% money-back guarantee. Taking it one step further, be sure to attend BizzyWeb's events. But if you'd like a 60-day free trial, go to BizzyWeb.com/CC and just go to the request a free trial. You're not going to have to enter in your credit card. You just have to enter in your name, your email address, and then you can actually start tinkering around with your Constant Contact account and see if it's right for you. Most often, it winds up being very useful for our customers, and we have hundreds of clients that agree. I mentioned before that there are some helpful resources, and those resources are at blogs.constantcontact.com/library. Make sure that you check that out. That's where to find the open rates, the best times by industry, and a lot of other really helpful tips. Of course, we also have our entire library of more than 200 busy webinars at BizzyWeb.com/events. So check that out as well. Don't forget to join our email list if you'd like easy access and first grabs at attending our busy webinars and other special deals. We do have something really cool coming up in about a month that I want to get people signed up for. And I'm not going to give you any more details than that because it's super cool and we're still building it. But if you text BIZZY, BIZZY, to 22828, you'll be added to our email list. And what we're going to do with that email list is we'll send to you no more than 3 times a month. But what you'll get from us is a handy newsletter with updates, tips, and tricks, and then a couple reminders on busy webinar events, so the things that are coming up. So we'll let you know in advance and give you one-click access to subscribe and register for those events. Again, here's how to reach me. I'm Dave Meyer, of course, president of BizzyWeb. You can hit me at dave@BizzyWeb.com. You can call us at 612-4BIZZY-O, 612-424-9990. And you can grab your free trial at BizzyWeb.com/CC. Everyone that registered today will be getting an email with that link, and you can get a free buzz report to analyze your search engine optimization and how well your website is optimized for real results by visiting BizzyWeb.com/buzz. Again, I am Dave Meyer with BizzyWeb. So delighted to have you with me today. Thank you so much for joining and supporting us all these years. And we will be with you again next week where we'll cover, let me go back. We will cover how to select a great web company. I'll give you a hint. You're talking to one right now, but we'll give you the tips on what to know when you're trying to hire that that correct web firm. Again, I am Dave Meyer with BizzyWeb. I'm going to stop sharing so you can see the man behind the curtain for just a moment. And thank you all so very much for joining us. Again, I'm Dave Meyer with BizzyWeb, and thank you for letting us help you generate buzz without getting stung. Have a great week.